So hello everybody, welcome to the Optimus Prime version of Ratchet Repairs. We'll be talking about these two fellas over here, which basically are the same figure. They're both the XP-14. I don't know which brand it is, but it just calls itself the XP-14. And I would like to show you the differences between what I already did on that guy over there versus an original one, which I got on the left. And I also want to talk about the details I will be adding and the things I'll be changing before I'm going to paint him to look like Optimus as he was in the first movies, and also why I won't be using the Black Apple version, which is also quite nice. I might do that one in the future since he's been re-released at the moment for I think it's the third time now that you can buy him, and he's great. The only thing I don't like about him is everything that isn't related to his robot mode. The rear end of the car is way too wide, and it actually bugs me so much that I don't want to mess with him that much. And that's where XP-14 comes in, which is basically an oversized version of the MPM. That's it. It's just a straight up knockoff, only sized up to the size of the normal Optimus Prime. I noticed that these were not plugged in properly. Yeah, as you can see, it's a decent figure. It's got a nice head, it's got a nice sculpt. It's basically MPM 1-on-1. And when you compare these two together, you can actually see what I did already. So, to start with the things first, I made him a new head. And that head is on a ball joint, which actually allows better movement. And it has room, as you can see, for an LED in there. So I can have the light up feature in his head. I need to block this obviously, and I need to add a parcel for the lights to stick on. But yeah, this one, I make this head in several sizes. I make this for the MPM itself. I made this in the size for the XP-14 and of course also the Black Mamba version of Optimus Prime. I think it's LS09 and the LS09F. And they all have a mask that you can slot in here to cover up the head. But yeah, to install the head, normally the head is placed on a hinge here. I removed the entire hinge and I placed the head a little forward in the slot. I just cut a bit out and I made room for a connector for the ball joint, which fits in quite snugly and quite nicely. And this actually allows you to move the head any way you'd like for maximum possibility, which I like a lot. Last week I also been working quite a lot on the doors. These doors, as you can see, I made these little bits, which are just at the moment hung on by a little bit of tape. As you might be able to see, it's got some panel lining in there. I need to finish it off with the sanding, but it's also got the door opener, and it's actually accurate to how it was in the movie. And at the moment I'm printing these to include a hinge that will allow you to mount them here. As you can see, I already tried it on. And then it will be able, just like the Black Mamba version, to just fold in there, and then it will rest on the shelf next to the head, because this still is a fully transformable figure. And I also make stuff to actually knock my lamp down. Hold on. But yeah, these will actually hold on to the doors, and as you might also be able to notice, especially when you put them next together, I trimmed down the doors a little bit. I removed this bit from the door to make the doors look a little bit slimmer, which they should be, because they're doors. They shouldn't be holding on to this bit, which is actually now attached here. And it still transforms quite nicely, it still works as it should. And the benefit is that actually in the movie version, this one is red and it actually blends into the flames on top of the cab. So I'll be able to paint that in later as well. So it will be the most accurate paint job we can get to an Optimus Prime. So yeah, that actually makes me quite happy. And I also made these shoulder bits, which actually is only a bit of styrene that I attached to this. I can't make it any bigger because it will have to hide in robot mode as well. But yeah, it's basically just a piece of styrene. I attached it to the hinge that moves down and up with the air intake, or the air canisters, how you call them. And of course they're still white at the moment, but they'll be painted in to match the blue. So you will have a shoulder pad as you should. and as it was in the movie. Then there's also something you might notice going on in the chest area. And that's right, I removed the headlights from this bit. I did it for two reasons, because the normal Optimus Prime has them right over here in between, basically in his ribcage, and you won't be able to see that because these actually are a lot shorter on the actual truck, but I'll just decide to leave the bits as they are because it's not going to matter, he's going to look good anyway. And so yeah, there won't be any headlights, and if you're wondering where I put those, well, I took a little bit of liberty and used a trick from the old leader class, the Dark of the Moon series, which had them on his grill. So I actually put them there, back in there, glued them on, and when I'm starting to paint everything, they will actually work quite well. So basically that's all I did with the mods on this guy. I am still working on a little bit that is on the backpack. It's not that heavy of an issue for me at the moment, but I know a lot of people hate how the fenders look. These actually should be folded on, and they should be rotating inward, and then they should be able to go in there. And in order to mount the head on his body, I had to make some alterations. I actually had to remove the matrix chambers, which is normally right there, and that leaves me with a little bit of room. I can actually eliminate some metal in there as well, metal, plastic, and I might be able to work on these, but I'm not quite there yet. And I also did some modifications to actually have these canisters, which are the diesel tanks, and the diesel tanks, they should be under this bit in the normal cap, because it's actually quite dangerous to have diesel tanks exposed, sticking out to the side of your truck, where actually the most of the damage occurs, which gives you a few leakages and actually can cause a lot of nice fires. So they should be under the door, so they should be flush under there, and they should be bigger. So I made these. I'm still working on them. They're almost done. They will be going on there, flat underneath the body. And for those people who actually notice this gap in between, it's there with a reason, because I want them to fold in, and then they will be able to look properly just like they did on the movie and have a nice small surface area. They don't need to be this big, which actually frees up some room for the fenders. So I'm almost there. The prototypes are actually at the moment printing. So I'll be able to show you next week what I've done with them, and I think everything is going to work, and then these fenders actually should be able to fold in as well and be a little wider. And then when it comes to paint, they used non-metallics on this guy, which is a shame because the actual truck is... I actually noticed that I just forgot to mention the hands as well. These hands, as you might have noticed, are the ones from Shapebuster or something. But yeah, he actually made these hands, and I noticed where's the thumb on this one. Hold on. So yeah, the fake Buster hands. They're actually quite nice, and actually they're fully posable, which I like a lot better. And they're just a little bit smaller as well, because I think the hands on XP-14 and on NPM are just a little bit too big, and they don't move that much. They just allow you to open and close a little bit, but not more than this. So yeah, they're a little bit smaller, but especially when they're painted up in a proper metallic color, it's going to look a lot better. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit and show you the figures next to each other. So as you can see, without the headlights, it looks a lot slimmer. He actually gets his triangular shape back a little bit, and he looks cleaner and meaner, and that's actually how he should look. And I never liked how the Black Apple version had the headlights folded in there somewhere. It looks accurate, but it's quite flimsy, and it was a hell of a challenge to get everything locked in there and look just right. If you're wondering where this door panel is at the moment, it's actually, I took it off to measure everything out so I can actually have the hinge there. So yeah, that will be in the next video. I'm going to do it in 3 parts. I'm going to show you the mods, how to install the mods, and I'm also going to do a full repaint first of the vehicle in the correct colors. A lot of people think it's just plain red and plain blue, which is wrong. It's also a lot of metallic, golden, yellow, which is almost the same color as Bumblebee, orange, burnt orange, a copper, a red, a darker red, and then it actually ends into like an almost purplish red. It's a really dark one, and then it fades back to the bright red with the flames on the sleeper cap. The metallic blue I need to I sourced it quite right with one from Tamiya. In the next video I'll explain the colors. And yeah, I'll show you how to install all the mods and do all the things like these doors, the hands of course, and then I'll show you how to paint him. And the painting will be, as always, first the vehicle mode, then the robot mode, and then everything else. I also made some decals so I can actually do the flames. I'm still trying to get everything sorted so I can do them justice. But yeah, here he is ready for the mods, and that I'll do on the new one. That's why I also waited, because I had to order one. I didn't have a spare one of him anywhere. That's actually was usable. I had a spare one, but it was broken. One of the doors came off. Just stay tuned, and then I'll show you everything on the new vehicle, and I'll show you how he will look pretty. Especially if you look at him now, you might notice that the head is a little bit small. So that needs some securing, some help. And for those people that want, I'll just do a nice little beauty shot with him with the other Autobots from the first movie, so you can actually have an idea how they look together. Hold up. So, and here he is for the group shot with Ironhide, with this mystery box on, which is based on the design from the Black Apple version. Of course, the Bumblebee, which I custom painted myself. You've seen this video. This was the first one I started with. On the other side, Ratchet. I'll do a video on him later, because I also want to do a full repaint on him, since it got the perfect color to make him now, and I need to do the decals. But that's another video. I'm wandering off. I also made a hat for him. But yeah, here you can see Optimus Prime all together with the gang. And for skill purposes, I absolutely love this. So yeah, sorry it took a little bit of time before I got back to filming again. I have been quite busy with other things, like restoring a car, restoring 2 cars, and of course the holidays were in between. But don't worry, I'm back now, and I'll make sure that I'll have a video every week. So thank you for tuning in for this. Yeah, it's a bit more of an introduction to the mods on Optimus Prime, I think. But in the next video I'll show you what the complete set, and I'll start by customizing maybe him and finish him off, or I'll start fresh with this one. But anyway, I'll make sure that you'll be able to see everything you need to see on Optimus, and I'll try to stop fiddling on camera. So yeah, thank you for watching. Also, I'll do a quick short soon for the Studio Series Mohawk, because I just got him and I kind of like him. And decent skill. So yeah, that will be just like the RC one was, a one-shot video, but that will probably be after I finish Prime. So for now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Okay, bye.